smart about how you do things. You want to be smart about how you manage your time. So let me get into a little bit about time management, and then I'll get into a little bit about how to create the life that you love. So if you look at your time, right? Most people, when you tell them, okay, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? What do they always say to you? I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to do that. Okay, so let's dissect time for a moment here. There are 168 hours in a week, okay? 168 hours. So as me being a life coach, when I deal with my clients and they say, you know what, I want to pursue a career that I love, but I just don't have enough time. I don't really understand what that means, because there are 168 hours in a week. So what are you doing with that 168 hours? Let's look at that for a moment, because what you spend your time doing is where your time is going to go, right? So where are you spending your time, and what are your time wasters? So take that 168 hours, dissect it by what you spend your time doing. How much time do you spend at school? How much time do you spend at work? How much time do you spend on social activity? How much time do you spend on your phones? How much time do you spend on the internet? How much time do you spend just mindless chatter? How much time do you spend watching television? So break down your time. How much time do you spend maybe exercising or doing extracurricular stuff? So break down your time and see what you spend your time doing. And then once you do that, tell me what you're left with, because I can guarantee you're going to be left with a lot of hours to do other things that you really love. And so Let's say you're left with about 35, 40 hours. Let's just say once you calculate all that, you're left, let's say 35. Okay, I'm going to be generous right now. Let's say you're left with 35 hours, right? So those 35 hours, what are you going to do with those 35 hours? Because this is crucial to your success. This is crucial to creating the life you love. This is crucial to to choosing your career path. So what are you going to do with that 35 hours that you just have sitting there that are probably time wasters that you can start to apply to something that you really love to do? Now, the first step to choosing to creating the life you love is to find a mentor. Find somebody that's in that field that can guide you, that can direct you, that could to help you network, networking, ask questions, talk to people, verbalize what your interests are. Because you know what? If no one knows, then how are you going to meet people in those areas to kind of help you to grow as an individual? So find a mentor, okay? Network. Network is always important. Network is also a part of success, because you have to look and see where your opportunities are. Maybe do an internship somewhere, or in an area that you love. To get your foot in the door, because you know what? Success doesn't happen overnight, right? The world wasn't built in a day. So to get to that place of your success, there are going to be different steps that you're going to need to take, because for you to excel in what you do, to become an expert at anything, you have to spend at least 10,000 hours doing it. Okay?
Wow.
You want to be an expert, you have to spend at least 10,000 hours is considered the time that it takes to become an expert at something. So you're going to have to put that 10,000 hours into something that you love, something that's valuable to you, something that makes you happy, something that gives you joy, and most importantly, something that gives you purpose. So ask yourself why you're doing this. You have to have a why. That's the biggest piece to anything in your life and choosing your career path is, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because my parents said to do this? Am I doing this because I want to make more money? Am I doing this because I want to be notarized or noticed? Am I doing this because I want to prove something to my family? Why are you doing it? You have to get to your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And you have to be honest with yourself on your why. Because I can tell you this, if you're pursuing something for someone else, more than likely, you're probably not going to stick it out because you don't have an interest in it. So you want to know your why, and you want to pursue something that you have an interest in.
Oh, that's awesome, Georgia. And I want to go back into what you were saying, that I don't have time for that. And for me, it usually means it's not my priority, right? It's not my priority. It's not my number one list to do, right? It's not my to-do list. So it's not about the time. It's more about priority. So that's my opinion about people that saying that.
Right, right. Or people could say that because they figure it's too hard. People could say, I don't have time for a number of things. It's not always because it's not something they want to do. It's because they think about the work behind it and they have fear. So fear could be another reason why people say they don't have time to do something, because either they feel they're not going to succeed at it, or they feel that they're going to fail at it. So that could be another reason why people use that I don't